Cell, its structure and functions. Introduction. In the previous class, we have already learned about cells and their structure, its sizes and shapes, unicellular and multicellular organisms. For example, onion cells were nearly rectangular, while the cheek cells are circular in shape. Primarily, cells are studied under the optical microscope. We observe the cell under a compound microscope. We can see cell wall, cryptoplasm, nucleus, chloroplast and the mitochondria. However, when the same cells are observed under the electron microscope, a few other structures become visible. To study various cells, scientists observe cells from different parts of the plants and animals drawn from their structures. These have given valuable information about the typical plant and animal cells. Typical cell. All the organelles shown in the typical plant or animal cell will not exist in every cell. For example, chloroplasts are always shown in the typical plant cell, yet all plant cells do not have chloroplasts. The organelles that feature in most of the cells are included in this model. The typical cell provides a way to study cells. Once we arrive at such a model, we can compare any cell with it. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. The cell membrane is the covering of the animal cell. In plant cell, there is another layer present over the cell membrane known as the cell wall. Observing cell membrane. Take Rio leaf, tear the leaf in single stroke. Observe it against the light. Take a small piece of leaf peel with light colored portion. Put it on slide and put a drop of water on it. Cover it with cover slip and observe the light portion of leaf under the microscope. Now put 1 to 2 drops of dilute salt solution on the membrane and leave it for 5 to 10 minutes. Again observe it under microscope. When we put salt solution over the peel of Rio leaf, water present inside the Rio leaf cells comes out. The outer boundary of colored area is actually the cell membrane, which becomes separated from the cell wall. We can observe the structure of cell membrane only through an electron microscope. Cell membrane is flexible and is made up of mainly lipids and proteins. This is also known as the plasma membrane. The cell membrane defines the shape and size of the cell, encloses the cryptoplasm and protects it from the external environment. Inside a cell, one finds a very specific composition of substances. The cell membrane plays a crucial role in maintaining this balance. Any substance entering or leaving the cell can do so only through this membrane. The exchange of substances through the cell membrane happens very selectively. Hence, it is known as selectively permeable membrane. This characteristic of the membrane enables it to control the exchange of substances between the cell and its external environment. Cell wall. This is a unique feature seen in plant cells. While the cell membrane acts as the outer layer in an animal cell, in a plant cell, there is an external layer outside the cell membrane which is known as the cell wall. The cell wall is tough but flexible porous layer that lend a definite shape to the cell, and it also provides protection. The cell wall continuously exchanges information with other cells during growth and development in the cell. It exerts an inward wall pressure to resist the outward directed pressure exerted by cell shape. Hence, the plant cells can withstand much greater changes in surrounding medium than animal cells. Nucleus. The dark colored dot in cells is called nucleus. It was named by Robert Brown in the year 1831. This is one of the most important organelles of the cell. This is also known as the cell's control room. The nucleus is the largest and most distinct of all cell organelles. In Sheldon's cell theory, he thought that new cells were created from the nucleus and he called it the cytoplast. Barring few exceptions, almost all eukaryotic cells have a nucleus. Red blood cells in some mammals and phloem sieve tube in plants are examples of cells that do not have a nucleus. The nucleus regulates and controls all the functions of a cell and determines the characteristics of the organism. It consists of all genetic information. The membrane that encloses the nucleus and separates it from contents of cryptoplasm is known as the nuclear membrane. On the basis of the presence or absence of the organized nucleus, cells are categorized into two types, that is, prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Cells that do not have a nuclear membrane bound nuclear material are called prokaryotic cells. Cyanobacteria is a prokaryotic cell. Cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. It also contains many specialized cell organelles. Each of these organelles performs specific function for the cell. Protoplasm versus cytoplasm. For a long time, it was believed that the essence of life was stored in the fluid found inside the cell. Hence, this was named protoplasm, which means life fluid. After the discovery of nucleus, protoplasm was renamed as cytoplasm, that is, cell fluid. The fluid inside the nucleus came to be known as the nuclear fluid or nucleoplasm. Cell organelles. Cell organelles are important because they carry out very crucial functions in cells. Some of the cell organelles are mitochondria, plastids, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, vacuoles. Endoplasmic reticulum. In the cryptoplasm, a network of membranes creates passages for the transport of substances from one part of the cell to another. This network of membranes is known as the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is a large network of membrane-bound tubes and sheets. Endoplasmic reticulum may have some granule-like structure on their surface called as ribosomes. Such parts are called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Areas or sections that do not have ribosomes on them are smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is sites of protein manufacture. The SER helps in the manufacture of fat molecules or lipids important for cell function. In vertebrate liver cells, SER plays a crucial role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs. Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Although Camillo Golgi had observed this organelle in the year 1898 using an optical microscope, the number of Golgi bodies varies from cell to cell. Their numbers are particularly large in those cells that secrete hormones and enzymes. This organelle is also made up of several membranes. These membranes create sac-like structure around which many fluid-filled vessels abound. The function of the Golgi bodies is to package various substances before they are transported to other parts of the cell. From here, these substances are either sent towards the cell membrane or lysosome. Lysosome. Lysosomes contain the destructive enzymes. Thus, the enzymes normally do not come in contact with the rest of the cell. The materials that need to be destroyed are transported to the lysosomes. At times, the lysosomes burst and the enzymes are released to digest the cell. Hence, lysosomes are also known as the suicide bags of the cell. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are small, spherical or cylindrical organelles. Generally, a mitochondria is 2 to 8 micron long and about 0.5 micron wide. It is about 150 times smaller than the nucleus. There are about 100 to 150 mitochondria in each cell. The mitochondria are made of a double membrane wall. The inner membrane of the wall protrudes into the interior infolds and forms structures called cristae. Mitochondria are responsible for cellular respiration. Because of this, mitochondria are also known as the cell's powerhouse of the cell. Ribosomes. The small granule-like structures in the cryptoplasm are called ribosomes. We can see ribosomes on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Plastids. Plastids are present only in plant cells. Plastids are mainly of two types, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chloroplast is a type of plastid. Chloroplasts are of different shapes, disc, oval, etc. The primary function of chloroplast is to trap the energy from sunlight and transform it to chemical energy, thus helping to carry out photosynthesis. Vacuole. The large empty space present in the cell are vacuoles. These are fluid-filled sac-like structures. In animal cells, vacuoles are small in size, while in plant cells they are large. Are cells flat? Cells have length, breadth and thickness. We can see easily the length and breadth. Since we cannot see the thickness of cell under the microscope, however, there are few easy ways to observe the thickness of the cell. The easiest method is to slightly change the focus while viewing plant cell on the slide and look at the cell wall. This three-dimensional image becomes clear if you reduce the intensity of light as well. Cell theory. All living beings are made of cells, and that each cell has a nucleus. Around 1838 to 1839, two scientists, Matthias Jakob Schleiden and Theodor Schwann, expressed this in the form of a theory. The cells were present in all living organisms and were expressing it in their own ways. Rudolf von Virchow first explained that cells divided and new cells can formed only by the division of the pre-existing cells. he modified the cell theory a final shape. Cell theory, as understood today, is based on the two cardinal principles. 1. All living organisms are composed of cells and product of cells. 2. All cells arise from pre-existing cells.
మా వీడియో కనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.